This is the Game 1 Up Alpha Prototype demo. My name is Andrew.
And I'm Eric.
Today we're going to be demoing a few pages. The sign in and sign up page, the feed page, event creation page, and profile page. Starting out, when users go to our URL, they'll be greeted with this sign in page. They can either type in their email and password, or they can sign up for an account. Right now, I don't have an account, so I'll go ahead and create one. It changes to a screen where I can put in my email address, so I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll go ahead and put in a password and then confirm that password. Then I'll go ahead and click sign up. Now it will take us to the profile setup. This is where we can select our profile image, set our username, and set our birth date. So I'll go ahead and do that. Then we can select what type of games we like. So we like board games and video games. This data will be stored and will be used later. Then we can list the types of games we own. So and then we'll be setting a location that we want to participate in events. So I want to stick to Massachusetts, so I'm going to go ahead and type Massachusetts, and then Lowell. We can set multiple, but for now we only want to go to Lowell. And also, at any time, you can remove places and add them back. Then we'll be brought to a page that just tells us a little bit of information about how our profile was set up and what it will look like to other people. So now that we have our account set up, we'll be brought to the feed page. This is the page that everyone will see when they log in, and it will be personalized to them. So you can see we have upcoming events, categories, and different events that are around us. If we want more details, we can go ahead and click on an event, and then we'll get more details about that, including the location, the date, specific details, games that will be played, and the participants. So then if we scroll down, we'll see events that are around us. In the future, we'll be able to further categorize these by checking off certain boxes up here. So if we only want board game and video game events to show up down here, we'll just check both of these off. And again, for the longer view, you can click on it and get more details. Also in the future, the join button will send a request to the host, and then the host will approve that request and allow you to join the game. Moving on, we're going to go to the user's profile.
So this is our profile page. As you can see at the very top, we have a profile picture. We have the name. We have the username. We have the location. So on the left, you'll see the games owned list. And if you click on that, a pop-up should happen. And it's just a list of all the games they own. However, as of right now, we don't have that programmed yet. And for the hosted events, when you click on that, it should filter out the bottom for events that they are hosting. And as before, we still have not programmed that yet. So at the bottom of the profile page, if you click on one of the cards, more details should pop up. And you might notice that there's a join button. And that's because right now the pop-up is just a template. So in the future, we'll actually remove that. So this is our create page, and you basically just have a form here. So we have the title at the top, and then game 1. Below the game form, you'll see an add game button. And when you click on that, it'll add another form for game 2, and you just keep on clicking those for as many games as you want. And then below that, we have the filters. So you can add categories depending on what games you have. So you can click on role-playing game, card games, video games, board games. You can unclick them to untag them. After that, you can list the capacity. So basically, this is just the max number of players you can have. And then you set the date. You have the day, the month, the year, and then a time. After that, you can set a location. And the reason why we ask for another location is because you can be at a different address than your home location. Say you went to college and you wanted it to be at your dorm instead of like your house. So you'd set a new location there. And then below that, you can add in any kind of details you want, like asking someone to bring food or something like that. And then once you fill out all the forms, you just hit create and it should create a new event.
So once you're done using the app, all you have to do is just go ahead and click sign out, and then you're signed out and brought back to the login page. Now, all of this is just front end implementation, so there's still a lot of back end things that we have to do. But for now, that's the state of Game One Up.
So we had to change a few things from our original design. So if we go to our profile page, you'll see that we don't have a friends list, and that is something that we decided to remove because of the complications it would provide, such as overcomplicating the database. Now, if you look at the create page, you'll notice that originally we had the game input as a drop-down menu. And as of right now, we are debating whether to have that installed because basically one of our contingency plans is to get rid of the game's database. And all that would do is get rid of the verification that these games exist. So we're basically trusting the user that the games they say they have are real games. So some things that we were looking for feedback on are basically these tags. So if you click on a tag, the whole thing turned green, and we're not sure if we like the look of that. So any feedback on that would be appreciated. And then if you go to the sign in page, so for this background, we have a very like sharp contrast from when we log in. So if you click in the login, you'll see that we have this very like stable and professional look. And then the sign in page is a little off looking. So any feedback on that would also be appreciated. All right, that's all for our presentation. Thank you for coming. Have a nice day. Thank you.